stinking hot weekend, this is a nice change. It's meant to get hot again tomorrow. Mobile speed camera. Glad I got that blade straightened up on the mower because I was able to finish the yard front and back. My wife keeps saying she thinks that mower looks far too heavy. I never used to seem to struggle with my petrol mowers. I've only had old petrol mowers. One was my original one, which was like this really old Victor, just a little flat, almost like a UFO one type one, I call it. Didn't have a catcher or anything. Picked up one or two mowers off the side of the road and got them working when that one started playing up. They were bigger but didn't have catchers. Catcher does make a bit of an issue pushing it around, especially when you try and turn it around at the side of the yards, which is where I think she says it makes me look like I'm really struggling because I'll fall back into the fence. It is probably heavier than my old Victor, but I also said too, I was a lot younger and fitter and stronger. I hadn't had shoulder, like neck surgery or anything like that. So, and that little Victor, I could throw that thing around. In terms of manoeuvrability, it was pretty good. The deputy principal that I've been relieving for comes back today. She was due back last week, and then she's going to be away tomorrow, back Wednesday, away Thursday, back Friday. The boss has just left me as DP as well for the whole week. Today, because there's going to be an awful lot of handover information, I'll be needed Tuesday. There will be a bit of discussions about what happened Tuesday. I think the following week, I think she's going to be in Monday through Thursday. We'll see how it pans out. Head teacher admin thinks I'm going to be there basically till the end of the year, but this is week 6, so there's still like 5 weeks left. Actually 4. Week 11 is only us. Kids leave at the end of week 10. After I do this week, 3 weeks left. Year 11 have copped it with me not being there. November progressing along. Don't know how long I'll leave this middle bit in. I'll just get rid of that and keep the handlebar. One of the issues of living up in the Blue Mountains. Apparently there's an accident up the hill, and it said expect delays. Friday afternoon, and Year 12 formal was on last night. I initially went over just to see the kids arrive because I haven't done that for years. The last formal I've actually been to was back in 2009, because I was essentially there as the deputy of Year 12. The official deputy of Year 12 also went. Principal goes, year advisors and any other staff who want to go. The year advisor came up to me. There's a couple of staff who haven't been able to make it, so there's seats at the tables. I might hang around. So I ended up watching all the kids arrive, watch them get all their like arrival photos and group photos, join them inside for dinner. It was a good night. Good to see the kids so happy, I guess, not just graduating, but also they've made it through all their exams as well. So here I am up at Katoomba Tip. Had a stack of cardboard again to get rid of. The big box that the mower came in, and then I've just been filling that with other cardboard and a couple of others like that. So I bought that up here. But last week there was an announcement that the Blue Mountains Council was going to start up soft plastic recycling, and they listed all these different soft plastics like what the grocery stores were collecting, but then they stopped. I didn't stop. I had bags and bags and bags of soft plastic just stacked up in the shed. And this started last Monday. So I came up here and they've just got this little collection of green bins to fill up with soft plastic, which will then get collected by the recycling companies. I hope this gets off. It's only a trial. They said it's going to be trialled for about 12 months, I believe, and we'll see how it takes off, whether people will end up coming up and using it. Really don't think the grocery stores are doing it anymore. I haven't seen the big bins inside the grocery stores the few times I've gone in there. A fair bit of stuff in there already from other people. That was good to be able to get that out of the shed and the laundry and get rid of a stack of cardboard again. Just got to be weighed back out and inspected.
I'll just weigh you back out, mate. Good to go.
Cool. How much weight was in that cardboard and plastic?
40 kilos.
40 kilos.
All good, mate.
Thank you. 40 kilos of cardboard. I reckon the plastic would have topped out at about 10. There was some weight in that mower box because I was just filling it up with chopped up boxes, and the size of the mower box filled to the top, plus it had got a little wet from the rain. The beauty is recyclables are free to drop off. You can bring up steel up here and drop it off for free, because then they take it to the recyclers and get paid for it. Anything steel I separate out, like steel cans. The aluminium cans and the plastic bottles can go back through the return and earn machines, and steel cans add up, and I think it's better to take them to a steel recycler who will recycle the steel than to have them just sitting in your bins and going out with the general waste, and that just ends up in landfill. The steel will eventually rust down, but yeah, let's avoid that. I'm going to start making the little landing for the stairs up the front on the side of the yard. I need 2 pieces for joists, and I'm going to use some joist hangers I had lying around. I'm just going to cut them down to the same height. These are 75, I think. These are meant for 140. And for the other end that's going into the ground, I've got these concrete in stirrups. I'm going to chop off one side so that it's just got stirrup on the inside that I can bolt to, and I might have to add another bolt hole because I think it only comes up about this far. Here's my two small joists, and they're held in with the hanger brackets at this end, and then I've got the stirrup, which is coach screwed in, and the way that they've been cut, you won't see them on the outside, and they probably won't see them on the outside anyway because of the decking, but they're both level that way. And now I think I will go mix up a bit of concrete and do those pours, and they can set overnight. Post concreted in, and this piece here is just to make sure that it was kept at the same distance apart as they are back here. That should set overnight. That should be good. I might be able to get some pieces ready for the top, the decking, and these are set 800mm back from the retaining wall, and I might make the deck go about another 200 past, so it's a metre deck, because the bottom of the steps that are going to be here are going to be sitting on this and then going up the hill to another piece of sleeper that I'll have sort of set in place as the top of the stairs. That's the plan anyway. Sunday I'm going to be working on that little landing, and my wife has expressed in the recent past, of replacing the steps that I put in with stair treads you can buy. Now the depth of those stairs is 240, so Bunnings do sell a 240 by 45 mobile stair tread. 900 wide, which is 3 feet, is $127 each. So just on the driveway side, where I've already put 5 stairs, to redo those would be $750, and then the next steps from this landing will be another set of 5, so that means it's going to be $1,300 just for that side. Sorry, so $650 for the first 5. I know it was $1,300 for all 10. The other side of the yard, they're 1,200 wide and they're $200 each. So just to replace those 6 would be $1,200. So $2,500 just to replace some steps. I told her that and she said no way. So I've been digging around in all my offcuts. All these pieces, they are the offcut piece from when I did the steps, because to make a 240 wide step I stripped down some of these to 120 and put 2 together. So I've got all these little short pieces that are already cut to the right width. Oh, sorry, the right length. I found this piece lying around, which is an offcut from when I was doing retaining wall or something like that. That's already 900. And then I've got some of these pieces which are in between. At the very first top of the step, the first thing I'm going to use is a full width sleeper. Now they're meant to be 200 or 8 inches. This is only about 190, so that's some of the, it's probably dried down to that when you see the way some of these things have dried. So I'm going to have that as the first step when you get up. A narrow one, then maybe another big one, then a narrow one. Chamfer the top edges so they're not sharp to tread on. So I should get that landing done and then figure out where the stairs will go up to. This is the shortcoming of my workshop. I don't really have room in there to work. So to work out here, I have to pull all of the tools and things out that I want to use. And it's taken some time. But now I'll get on with it. landing installed. Still needs to be oiled. I think that piece I might need to replace or sand down a lot because it's got a bow upwards. And I'm still deciding whether to put, because this is a metre from here to here. I'm going to go get the stair treads, the stringers I mean, set them up here and see where they travel, whether I'll need an extra piece at the back, so I haven't cut those off yet. So there's my new little landing at the top of the steps. I added an extra piece at the back for sitting the steps on so that they'd be a little bit closer to the hill. I had to dig out this one, but I was more looking at this side. And that's going to be the top landing. I think I'll try the brackets that we've been seeing on Bunnings, which will be like a metal bracket that goes here and around the other side piece. 4 or 5 foot piece that'll go back. That's not quite level where the level's sitting, but it'll go back to there, so this will be filled in. This can remain lowered. And I'll do the steps in the same manner as those. And even though I tightened all those up last night, I think I'm going to take them off, give them all the sand back as well and oil.